Game Freak presents Let's Play Pokemon SoulSilver. It takes a while for the title to come in after the awesome intro scene, so I'm just going to go ahead and say welcome guys to my Let's Play of Pokemon SoulSilver. As Lugia flies in, I'm going to let this this cutscene go so I can explain something a little bit. This looks a little different than my last Let's Play for the fact that, well, it's a Nintendo DS game and there are two screens on the Nintendo DS. There's the top screen, which is the left screen, and then there's the bottom screen, which is the right screen, also known as the touch screen portion. There's pretty spoilerific things in the cutscene, but continuing on, so I had to find a way to get both screens on here to where you could at least see, for the most part, clearly what's happening on both screens. There's a spoilerific thing right there. So the right screen's a little bit smaller because not as many things happen there, but a few things go on there. And the right screen, of course, and the left screen, of course, is the main screen. And I had to fill in the extra space so it doesn't. Oh, look at that Pokemon SoulSilver version. Oh, look at Lugia down there, so beautiful. But I had to fill the rest of the screen with something. So I have the gym leaders that we're going to be taking down. The first. Well, I'm not going to spoil or anything, but there's the gym leaders we need to take down under the right screen, and at the very bottom is where I'm going to be putting my Pokemon roster, so the Pokemon that I currently have on hand. So let's get into this and start this game out. This is probably my favorite Pokemon game of the entire Pokemon series, but I'll get into that a little bit later. No info needed, por favor, so let's head on in.
Yawn. Huh? What? Is it already that late? Oh no! I've overslept! Sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Oak, but everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. Before we go any further, I'd like to tell you a few things that you should know about this world. This world is wildly inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. We humans live alongside Pokemon as friends. At times we play together, and at other times we work together. Some people use their Pokemon to battle and develop closer bonds with them. Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Are you a boy or are you a girl? Would you please tell me?
Now, usually I play as the female character, but I actually prefer the male character in this game, which all my friends are going to be like, what, you're playing as the male character? Because I'm always the female character, but let's be the male character for once.
So, you're a boy then?
Yes, we are.
Please, tell me your name.
Now, if you've watched my Mother Let's Play, which you should check out, not right now, finish this video, and then go check it out. Anytime I play a game, I go by the name T-Y-K-E, Tyke. Also, you can't notice this, but I'm using the touchscreen down here to type these in, because it's much faster. You won't be able to see that, but just know that I will be touching the screen a lot, using the touch screen a lot to type things in just because it's much faster. I think I'm being redundant, but let's go on. Okay, so I will be Tyke.
Your name is Tyke.
Yes, it is.
Tyke, are you ready? Your very own tale of grand adventure is about to unfold. Fun experiences, difficult experiences. There's so much waiting for you. Dreams, adventure. Let's go into the world of Pokemon. I'll see you later.
And then we shrink down into the world. Welcome to my room. So like I said, this game is probably my favorite game of the entire series just because it's the Generation 2 storyline, but the Generation 4 engine. That's perfection right there because they fixed the special physical split to where it's not dependent on type, but the move, and they have their abilities and all not. I mean, it's just perfectly balanced in my opinion. Black is, or the Generation 5 games too, Black and White, they're fine as well, but this, I love the story so much for the second generation. Alright, so looking in our computer, we have a mailbox message from Lyra. Some people pronounce it Lyra, I pronounce it Lyra.
Adventure! Exclamation point. Excited! Exclamation point. I love Pokemon! Exclamation point. Meryl,
Lyra. I don't know why Meryl's so popular in this game. It's a decent Pokemon at best. It's a Wii. Wii is huge in Johto too. It's probably only huge in Johto. I'm just saying. We have a nice TV, nice little plant here, and you know what? Forget this Pokemon bull. Let's go back to sleep. I like to sleep on my stomach. I mean, on my side. Who sleeps on their stomach? It looked like this. I guess, you know what? Ethan probably would. Ethan, the main character here. Alright, well, enough with the room. let's head on down.
It's our mother. What's she got to say? Hi, Tyke. You're finally awake. Your friend Lyra was just here. She was playing hide and seek with her Meryl. Oh, I almost forgot. Our acquaintance Professor Elm was looking for you. He said he had a favor to ask of you. You know where the lab is, right? It's right next door. By the way, do you have everything you need to go out? Here, use this bag to carry things.
She gives us a bag.
This is your trainer card.
She gives us our, I guess, ID or something.
Here, you can save and record your progress.
Which I'm guessing she's giving us a notebook. Now this one's my favorite.
These are also rather helpful.
Options. I just imagine her giving us a wrench and be like, here you go, that's helpful.
Just try touching these buttons and you'll know what to do in time.
I'm actually going to touch one of these buttons. I'm going to touch the options button to change text speed to fast. And I'm going to change my frame to the purple one because purple's the best color ever. Alright, now let's head out into the real world and I'm going to explain something after a short cutscene. Meryl's coming over to see us, and there's Lyra. Well, that was interesting. Alright, two things I want to point out here. First off, there is a day and night in this game, and it's dependent on my clock, so right now I'm playing in the day, which is going to be a rare feat because most of my recording is going to be done at night because it's much quieter. And as you can see, there's these like black speckles on the thing. That's because the rendering engine's different. So if you ever see the quality of the world change, for example, like right now, bam. That's because I'm changing rendering engines, and it might cause a little bit of lag, but it looks a lot better. However, there are some things that one rendering engine can't do that the other one can, and vice versa. So if something looks completely wrong and then it all of a sudden looks right, that's because I've realized that I'm in the wrong rendering engine. So yeah, let's head on in to see Professor Elm.
Hi, Tyke. I've been waiting for you. Do you know anything about my research? As you know, Pokemon are carried in Pokeballs these days. But before the Pokeball was invented, people used to walk with Pokemon, just like your friend Lyra does. Pokeballs are great because you can carry many Pokemon. But walking with Pokemon must have some advantages. It could have something to do with how Pokemon grow or evolve. So I'm going to give you a Pokemon. Can you walk beside this Pokemon? Can you walk beside this Pokemon outside of its Pokeball to see if this brings any special feelings or bonds between Pokemon and people? Of course we can. The device over there has some Pokemon you can choose from.
Rude, he's answering a phone call.
Oh hey, I got an email. Even worse, it's an email. You can check that anytime. Okay. Hey, listen. I have this acquaintance. Does no one have friends here? Everyone's an acquaintance. I have this acquaintance that people call Mr. Pokemon. He keeps finding weird things and raving about his discoveries. Anyway, I just got an email from him saying that this time it's real. It's probably another Pokemon egg, but we're still busy with our research. Wait, I know. You can go in our place, right? We can count on you.
It wasn't really a question.
You can choose one of the Pokemon over there.
Alright, now, let's get into the three Pokemon we can start off with. There is Cyndaquil, Fire type. Cyndaquil is very fast, has a pretty high special attack and a fairly high attack. In all honesty, Cyndaquil is probably the best choice for the Johto region. So let's move on to Totodile. Totodile is a very attack-strong guy and defensive. He's got a lot of HP. So this one's more the physical attacker, whereas Cyndaquil's more the special attacker. Totodile's a little bit slower. And now, probably the worst choice you can have for this game, Chikorita. Chikorita is defensive and specially defensive, and all its other stats are fairly balanced. But in all honesty, you should not pick Chikorita because Chikorita does not have any type advantages in any of the Johto region gym leaders. In fact, it's weak to a lot of them. But I have this buddy, right? My best buddy. He hates Chikorita. Absolutely hates Chikorita, and it's probably for the reason I just mentioned. So what I'm gonna do, out of spite, just to piss him off, is I'm gonna pick Chikorita. Touch the Pokeball and blah blah blah. Now, even more so, This is gonna add a little bit of hilarity to it. Hopefully he'll be okay with this. He should be. I'm gonna nickname him after my best buddy. D hyphen, of course, Rex. Call my buddy D-Rex. And yeah, he's probably like, damn it, he called him D-Rex. But here's the thing. This Pokemon's gonna be my best buddy, and it's gonna be following me throughout the game. You know, it's gonna be traveling with me. And if I had to go with a friend on a journey like this, I would pick D-Rex. You know, he's my best buddy. Why not? So there you go, D-Rex. You're a part of the game now. How do you like walking with your Pokemon? It's not bad, is it? You can take it all the way to Mr. Pokemon's house. If your Pokemon gets hurt, you should heal it with this machine. It's just so easy to use. Just check the PC on my desk. Mr. Pokemon goes everywhere and finds rarities. His house is past Cherrygrove City. Go north a little past Cherrygrove. I'm counting on you, Tyke. Alright, so here's another interesting mechanic, is that Pokemon that's first in your party, so if we click down here on Pokemon, we can see our Pokemon party. We only have D-Rex, and of course, I've updated the roster at the bottom of the screen to show that we have D-Rex. It'll say its name, its gender, what type it is, what ability it has, and what it's currently equipped, but we don't have anything equipped to it, so there's that. See item none. But let's check the summary and see what our little buddy's got. He's got a gentle nature, which I don't really know what that means. He's often lost in thought. That sounds like Daniel. Dex number 001, named Chikorita, type grass, original trainer me, ID number, which will come in handy later, experience points, and to next level. We'll get into that later on. Let's see. Okay, special defense is raised and regular defense is lowered. That's kind of crappy, but oh well. And its ability is Overgrow, which powers up grass types in a pinch. So I think it's when it gets to a certain level of health, it'll bump the power of grass moves by, or to 1.5 times. And since it's a grass type move, it's already getting like 1.5 times due to stab, so it'll be like 2 times stronger than it usually would be, but only grass type moves. And it knows Tackle and Growl for now, and it's not holding an item, of course. And over here we have, whoops, the ribbons, which I don't really care about the ribbons. I don't know if it'll even come into play in this game, but if it does, I'll go over it then. So let's continue on. Not many other games that I know of. I think this might actually be the only one where the Pokemon follows you, but the first one in your roster will follow you. So let's go down, and this guy's gonna talk to us. Tyke, I want you to have these to help you with your task. And we get some potions from this guy. Pokemon are weak in the beginning. Don't hesitate to use a potion if you think yours is in danger. Very helpful, very helpful. I think there's another cutscene coming up with Lyra. Yep.
Tyke, so you picked Chikorita. That's a cute Pokemon you have. When you walk with it, it'll become more friendly. You should turn around and talk to it sometimes too. Oh, that's right. Why don't you show it to your mom? See ya!
Now, do exactly as she says. Go talk to your mom, because if you don't, and you try to leave, this woman will stop you, and she is slow to come get you. Let's talk to D-Rex. What you thinking, D-Rex? Your Pokemon stretched out his body and is relaxing. Classic D-Rex. Who's this guy? He seems a little sketchy. Whoops, didn't mean to walk into the mailbox. Who are you? So this is the famous Pokemon Elm Lab. Said that wrong, but whatever. What are you staring at? Oh, he's a rude son of a bitch. That's not nice. Let's go show our Pokemon to our mom. Lyra thought it was cute.
Oh, Tyke, that's a cute Pokemon you have. Everyone thinks D-Rex is cute. Professor Elm must have given it to you. Oh, Professor Elm has a task for you, you say? What kind of task? I see. That sounds a little difficult. But when someone makes that kind of request of you, it must be important. That's right. I completely forgot. Your Pokegear came back from the repair shop. Here you go.
And we get the Pokegear, which, you know, that'll come in handy later.
The Pokemon Gear, or Pokegear as it's often called, is what every trainer should have. Guess what?
That's a statement, not a question. So it should not have a question mark there.
You can use the Pokegear to make a phone call too. Do you remember how?
Yes, we do.
Just power on the Pokegear and touch the telephone button, okay?
Thanks for telling us, we already knew.
The names of people you can call are automatically registered. Just select one to give him or her a call. Wow, I can't believe this is so easy to make a phone call.
Ugh. Alright, so let's head back out into the world, and let's head east because we can't head west because there's water here. And once again, there's a day and night feature here, if I haven't already pointed that out. I think I did. And most of my recordings will be at night. It's dependent on the clock, so don't get used to this being in the daytime stuff. Nope, there's Professor Elm. Wait 1 second.
I almost completely forgot about this. Here, I'll give you my number.
Whoa, we got Professor Elm's number.
I'll call you if anything comes up.
Hey, there's some creepy guy standing outside your lab. Oh, guess he didn't hear us. Here in New Barktown, there's a wind foreground, which could slow down a little bit, but hey, I've got it pretty much at max performance settings that I can have. So let's head on out into the real world onto Route 29. Now, back to the day and night feature that I mentioned. Certain Pokemon will appear in routes depending on whether or not it's day or night. And currently, it's daytime, so I think it's all the same Pokemon, with the exception of at night you can get a Hoot here. We eventually have to come back through here, so I'll go over which Pokemon you can get in the next episode. Here we have a Sentret. Sentret's a decent normal type Pokemon. It evolves into Furret. It has a decent ability. Once it gets leveled up, it can pick up items. I think it has pickup. I don't know. I'll have to fact check. Like I said, we'll pretty much go over everything in the next episode of which Pokemon you can get here. So basically, these random encounters are a little annoying. And you basically just fight them all. It'll level your Pokemon up pretty quickly. Especially since Sentret isn't too bad. Good thing it's not a Hoot because I think Hoots have Gust, but I'm not 100% sure, and grass types are weak to flying types. Wait, are they? I think they are. Yeah, so just keep hammering on the tackle button. Tackle, unfortunately, can miss sometimes. I guess I could go over what the other things you can do in the game are. There's Fight, Bag, Run, and something else. What is it? Fight, Bag, Run, and Pokemon. Fight, you know, gives you the options to fight. Bag will open up your bag if you want to throw a Pokeball or heal your Pokemon with a potion. Run will run away from the battle if you can, depending on the circumstances. And Pokemon, if you click that, it'll give you a list of your Pokemon, and you can choose between the ones if you want to switch out. So if you don't want to have Chikorita, you can switch to your other Pokemon or something. But like I said, I highly don't recommend Chikorita, but I'm using Chikorita to prove a point. The Chikorita is not terrible. It's not the best option, though. And it seems we've made it to Cherrygrove City. Oh, old man.
You're a rookie trainer, aren't you? I can tell. That's okay, everyone is a rookie at some point. If you'd like, I can teach you a few things. Okay then, follow me.
He's pretty spry for an old man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you weren't wearing the running shoes. I'll try to go as slow as possible, so try keeping up.
Alright. He's gonna do a lot of my explaining for me.
This is a Pokemon Center. They heal your Pokemon in no time at all. You'll be relying on them a lot, so you better learn about them.
Thanks, I guess.
This is a Pokemart. They sell Pokeballs for catching wild Pokemon and other useful items.
Like potions and revives and escape ropes and repels.
Route 30 is out this way. Trainers will be battling their Pokemon there. If you go a little farther, you'll see Mr. Pokemon's house.
Hey, that's where we need to go.
This is the sea, as you can see.
But don't.
Some Pokemon are found only in water.
God, he's so fast. Look, he had to stop and wait for us, and then he kept running. Jerk. I want some running shoes.
Here, it's my house. For your effort for keeping up with me, I'll give you my running shoes.
Sweet.
They're still warm. Haha, got you, didn't I? Don't worry, these are brand new.
And we get the running shoes from the guide gent.
The instructions read, touch the sprint button on the touchscreen to sprint. It also says hold the B button down to sprint.
So yes, if we actually come down here and click the button, it'll highlight and we'll permanently be running. So let's unhighlight that. Or if we just alternatively hit the B button, we can hold it down, let go, hold it down, let go. Oh, a little slow down, but hey, it's expected. It's a DS game. And that's pretty much it for the first episode. We did quite a lot. We got a Pokemon, we got D-Rex. What you thinking, D-Rex? D-Rex is looking down steadily. Alrighty. We got our task to go see Mr. Pokemon, and we got some running shoes. I think that's pretty good for the first episode. Hope you guys stick around for the series, because it should be fairly interesting. And by fairly, I mean very interesting. I love this game so much. But thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.